is calling you home.
Greetings, goddesses.
Goddess herself is calling you home. Goddess
Time for
herself is
our
calling you home. Goddess herself
weekly
is
gathering.
calling you home.
Goddess is calling you home.
Goddess
Hello,
herself
how are you? Happy full moon. Come on in.
Body, mind, spirit.
How are you doing?
Goddess power, all about women with the attire, being led by the great mother.
Hope y'all like my new song.
Our feminine power and ancient wisdom.
How are you?
Queen, do you remember who you are? Remember you are a star. Goddess herself is calling you home. Goddess herself is calling you home.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all?
Soulful goddess living. Goddess herself is calling you home. Welcome home, goddess. Ooh, oh.
I don't know if y'all have seen the video. I actually did put it out. Wealth Rise. Oh my gosh. Hello. How are you, beautiful Barbara? Alafia. I said I wanted to reach out to you and see if you want to share, what you've been sharing on your I've mostly seen it on Facebook, but I know you are on YouTube also. Just talk about everything that you have rolling out. This amazing story that you're sharing. Hi, how are you? Hello, Keita May. How are you? Wealth Rising. Happy full moon. Yes, happy full moon to everybody. Yes, Jazz. Hello, how are you, Queen? I hope everything's going well in the homeschool. Yes, greetings, Sistars. So good to see you all here again. Happy full moon. I'm really excited about today because that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this full moon in Libra. And, I really want to use this as a time to celebrate. So please, by all means, when it's time for you to share something that you want to, you want to celebrate, let's do that. Celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Okay, goddesses. So, yes. What we're going to do is we're going to start out with just taking a few deep breaths and bringing ourselves all together in the circle. We'll light the candle. We'll stitch in. Okay. So if you would just take a few deep breaths, you want to breathe in through your nose, big breath. And a long, slow, deep breath out through your mouth. Beautiful. Again, inhale through your nose. And a long, slow, deep breath out through the mouth. And just taking this time to allow yourself to just be in this now moment and open yourself to receive a message. What is it that you would like to receive a message to? Maybe you have a question, or maybe you are just open to receive. That is the beauty of the full moon, being able to have something illuminated for us. And I want you just to imagine that we're all together in a circle. We're holding hands and our hearts are stitching together. Just imagine a thread is coming out of your heart, interweaving through the hearts of all the women who are here, all of the women who will watch, and feeling yourself connected. To be connected is one of the chief needs of humans. To be human is to be connected. So feeling yourself connected to all of these other beautiful women of like mind and beautiful energy, and in touch with, our divine feminine energy. And we're just sharing it with one another and receiving from each other. May the only thing that happened today be for our highest and our greatest goods. I also call in the energy of the great mother goddess. Thank you for calling me into your mysteries and lead, guide, and direct me, as well as all of the sisters here, so that we understand what it is that we are here to do, and whatever other things that are on our minds. Mother, I ask that you just tap into each woman's mind, her soul, help her to tap into her body so that she can receive that message. Giving thanks to the ancient mothers of the north, the south, the east, and the west. Thank you for being my guides. And I just ask that you sit here and surround us and be that wise counsel We're giving thanks to our ancestors of light. We give you thanks. We call you in to sit with us and to be that wise counsel around us. Any dark deceased energies, any dark energies hanging around, you cannot stay. I send you on your way with light and love towards your healing. Also calling on the energy of Herakahuti Ogun, Aries, Mars, the energy of this. No, we're in your season. We are in your season. And I just call on you at this time, and ask you to guard the door while we women work our magic. Again, may the only thing that happened today be for our highest and our greatest good. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, I tell you what, it feels like it's still Mercury retrograde a little bit for me. Because I am Aries up today. I got on my red lipstick. I have on my red. And I need to have on, this is not very Libra-esque, but it's okay. Libra, forgive me. Maybe some of y'all have on some Libra colors. Libra is pastel colors. Woo! But I have lit our candle. So we are now here together. And I ask you to please stitch in. Just type in your name and what are you stitching in. I am filling the blank, your name, and I am bringing. So I am Tyra. I'm bringing fire today, apparently, to this moon. I am bringing fire. I'm a Pisces, so maybe Mars being in my sign right now has me tripping, baby. It's got me tripping, got me on fire. I'm spicy. I'm hot today. And also let me know, what is your beverage? I'm drinking out of the Hocus Pocus cup. Somebody gave this to me, some of my students from when I was teaching Zumba, actually. And Libra is opposite Aries. We have so many planets in Aries right now that I was just all into Aries, even though I know this is the Libra moon. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll drink out of my metal Aries Mars cup. But that's okay. I'm going to stick to what I'm doing because apparently this is what I need to do. Okay, so let's see. Did I tell y'all I'm drinking water? Okay, yay. Okay, so I'll reach out to you inside of Mighty Networks. It's easier for me to do it that way. And TJ, I'm very Hindu pantheon oriented, but this morning I felt called by Ogun, Oshun, and Alegba. Woo! You're making me feel normal since you included Ogun. But Oshun is definitely the goddess that is from the Yoruba pantheon that's connected to Libra. Ashe. Oh, there she is, Mystic. Hi, Mystic Storm. Greetings to you. I'm Jessie, and I'm stitching in with fierceness. Okay, I'm just gonna accept. I did the right thing. I'm thinking I'm ready for Aries, even though this is the Libra full moon. But there's other people calling in this energy of fierceness and the warrior and all that. So I am TJ, and I'm stitching in with regal calm and hope. And yes, I'm drinking water. I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much. Glad y'all are here. Thank y'all for sharing. I'm Mystic Storm. No, I'm Mystic Storm, and I'm stitching in with rebalancing and returning back to center. I love that. I love that because it's so appropriate. It's so appropriate for Libra. So that is awesome. That is beautiful. Thank y'all for bringing in this beautiful energy. So, yeah, let's just talk a little bit about this moon. What I'm going to do is give you an overview of the moon, and let's see here. I think I'll just pull it up on the screen a little bit just so we have a little extra, I'm not just the talking head up here. Okay. Mystic is drinking coffee. Coffee so good. I've already had my coffee, which is why I'm drinking water right now. No, what we're going to do is, this is a full moon. And the full moon is about revelation, culmination, celebration. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I felt so smart when I came up with that, or creative, I should say. Revelation, culmination, and celebration. All right. So, one of the things I want to do as we start talking about this full moon, like, yes, there's the Libra part, but we definitely want to be talking about the celebration part too. Just any full moon is a time to celebrate. So I would love to talk about, what do you want to celebrate? Now, I don't care if this started last month or it's just something has happened in the last, few weeks, few days, and you want to celebrate it, because this is the time to do that. Jazz is drinking lemon ginger tea. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. And EM4866, hello, my sister priestess. Yes, I have my cup of Shango. Ellen here, my moon in Libra, stitching in with gratitude for this sisterhood. You and me both. Yes, you and me both. Okay, moon in Libra. That makes sense. I probably knew that and just forgot, but yeah, you have Libra energy to me, so I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. I'm Keita May, and I'm stitching in with celebrating releasing what no longer serves me for my highest good. Yes, queen. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Keita May. Awesome. Thank you. And Keita May is making coffee. Okay. Coffee is coffee and water. We got tea today too. All this makes me want more than water, y'all. I'm a little jealous too. I'm a little jelly. I got to drink the water right now though. Okay, so let's talk about what I guess I'll put it I'll put it over here. I want to talk about, what are you celebrating? What are you celebrating? Now, Keita May already talked about something that she's celebrating, but I want to hear from everybody. What are you celebrating? Now, I want to share something that I'm celebrating. Keita May, I need to give you an update. Inside of my Soul Alchemy membership, we started the Spring Bloom Challenge, or I don't want to call it a challenge, but for lack of a better word, Spring Bloom Challenge, where we are committed to something for the next quarter. And Keita May and I have really been talking quite a bit through this challenge, and both of us are focused on our health and well-being. And so for me, it was largely about get the exercising in, get that doggone exercise in. Because I'm a dance, but I don't always do the weights, and I don't always stretch and all that kind of stuff. So ultimately, I want to slim down. I give thanks that I carry my weight nicely, because people are like, "Oh, you look great." I'm like, "Yeah, well, the scale is a lot higher than I want it to be right now." And I know people say ignore the scale, but I'm not one of those type of people. I weigh myself every day, because that scale has helped me to understand like what food doesn't work for me, and so then I get to eliminate it. I don't get intimidated by the scale. It's a very helpful tool for me. But anywho, um ever since I came back from Spain, I have not been able to get my weight under 180 pounds. And, I would love to weigh less than 170, but I'm comfortable mid 170. But over that, it's like, no, I gotta be working to get it down, because something is off. Storm mentioned balance. Something is out of balance if I'm over 175, and I've been out of balance for a minute. But I was really out of balance coming back from that Spain trip. And I had found out that my A1C was back in pre-diabetic range, just right over the limit, like 5.7. Once you are out of pre-diabetic range, 5.6. So I was just right over there. And I was like, how did I get back here? What's off? What's going on? And then, I took the trip to South Africa, and we had, the holiday season and all kinds of things. And it struck me because I have been committed to working out more, which I am doing that keto May. But also I started thinking the last time I got myself out of this pre-diabetic range, I was having to fast a very long time. And so I decided, I think it was Sunday was the first day that I did this. If I could stop eating before noon and make sure I get in all the exercise, which is not a lot. It's just reasonable exercise, but it's like doing weights and stretching also, not just dancing. I was like, and walking, taking more walks now that it's warmer. Today, I was like, this is such a great full moon moment. I woke up and I'm finally under 180 pounds. I was like, oh my goodness. I haven't seen this since what was that? November. I haven't seen this since November because I was having to work super hard in November to keep it below 180. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm very, very excited. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, I like that. Spring glow up. Okay, that's what we'll call it. Let me write this down because if I write it down and I see it, I'll say, where did that come from? Spring glow up. All right, that's it, Keita May. Boom. I'll change everything in the group. Okay, TJ, I'm celebrating making it this far in one piece alive. As blessed as I am and grateful for the lessons as hard as they can be, I am finally gaining perspective on all my challenges. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. TJ been coming here for a minute, and I feel this so much because I mean I haven't necessarily been like a witness in the sense that I live where TJ lives, but I've seen TJ come on and share quite a bit. Y'all, hold on, yeah, I gotta get this. Hold on, TJ. Hold on. I didn't have this up in time. Yay, TJ, yay. Wow. That perspective is everything. That perspective is everything. Congratulations, Queen. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna give Keita May because let me go back up to Keita May because I'm giving. We're gonna give Keita May her flowers. Oh, there we go. Celebrating releasing what no longer serves her for her highest good. Yes, Keita May. Yes, Queen. Yes. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Okay. Ugh, I feel that, Tyra. I carry it well, but I need to lose weight for my spinal condition too. Yes, so TJ, that's one of the reasons I want to get the body slimmer because it's like, hey, my knees, I have to get knee injections because the it's my kneecap. It's worn down and I feel so much better when the body is lighter and it's not so much, on my joints. So, yeah, I get that. Okay. Ellen celebrating finally finding a right fit doctoral program in psychology. Nice. After 3 years of applying and clinical studies along the way, it has been a journey. Sounds like to the least. I mean, that's the least we can say. Woo! Is it playing? Oh, there. Yay! Congratulations! Congratulations. May that go extremely well. Are you already in, Ellen? Are you already in? Okay, hopefully I won't get tricked the next time. I would love to know, are you already in there? Have you applied yet? And I see 170 is an excellent weight for me as well. 160 to 170, I realize. Yeah. That though, woo, man, I would be so happy for 170 at this point. But let me tell y'all, every time I get over into the 180s, I start saying, I'll never complain about being 179 ever again in my life. Baby, perspective. Perspective. Mystic Storm, weighing myself every day has been so helpful. I give myself grace during my luteal phase and coming back from traveling. Yes, that is a thing to consider because I don't have the luteal phase anymore. Um, but that is definitely something. When I was in my 20s, actually, I never cared when I had that extra 5 pounds around my period time. It was like, didn't think anything about it. It was just once I got to a point where, my 30s, and it felt a little more challenging to lose weight, especially after having kids. But yeah, we always have to give ourselves grace. And as long as, as my husband says, as long as we're trending down. But I always feel like even when I'm trending up, it's like I'm an investigator. What can I do to what's going on? Am I not getting enough sleep? Am I not drinking? That's another thing. I have to let me sip some water. I have to drink a lot of water. A lot of water. I'm glad how honest you are about it. Yeah. Mm. One thing I've learned just pays just to go on ahead and fess up. It's just easier. But also, I've just always felt like people need to know I live life just like everybody else. I have challenges. It does not matter what spiritual stuff we know. I don't care how much astrology I know. I gotta walk this thing out. I live like a human, just like everybody else. Um, but then, it's like I get to apply what I know in terms of spirituality and self-care and health and well-being knowledge and everything. And even with the astrology, I'm glad you said that. Let me tell y'all something. So I last year knew that the astrology for me this year was going to be pretty tough. And one, I've just been trying to figure out, okay, what am I really supposed to do? And one day, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I have this membership to this transit calculator. And I looked out, mm, it may have been 5 years. I went, I bought it so that I could look very far into the future. And I ended up getting depressed. Like I got into a total funk. And then finally I was like, hey, you're just gonna have to live this thing out. So recently I just was like, Saturn is really kicking my butt. Saturn is riding me. There is no getting away from Saturn right now. Saturn is Saturn is giving me a run for the money. And it's in my sixth house of health and well-being. And honestly, it was just this past weekend that I was just like, I'm in acceptance. I'm just going to do what Saturn says do, because that's the only way to deal with Saturn. When you have a Saturn transit, the best thing you can do is say, okay, Saturn, what you want me to do? Have a plan, follow the plan. And that's why I'm able to report what I reported today, because I was like, Saturn, okay, what you want me to do? And so knowing astrology and this is your moment to get it together, because I'm older and it's like, hey, you have to take care of yourself even more. To be honest with you, especially once we get menopausal and as the men get older, you got to take care of yourself even more. And so Saturn being in my house that has to do with health and well-being, I'm like, hey, Tyra, you're setting the stage for the rest of your life. Saturn will never be back in this sixth house for as long as you live. Let me see here. Maybe. I'm 80. I'm 80. I'm 56. I could potentially make it to 86. But why risk it? I need to set the tone right now for my health and well-being. And so that's where, for me, that it makes the difference. And it's really for anyone who decides she is going to be hyper focused on her health and well-being, because she knows Saturn is saying that's what you need to do, or whatever it is that's in your astrology. Like if you know your astrology is about career, then it's like, hey, you know what? I got to be about focusing on my career, even when it feels hard or you don't feel super motivated. That is where, to me, the difference is. But it's not even just because I'm a priestess or whatever, but as being a priestess, as being somebody who lives all of the spirituality and shares it with people, That is the edge that I have. But I would have it no matter what, because I'm into this wisdom. Yes, hormonal changes throughout the cycle. Paying attention to that is so important. Yes. Okay, we getting ready to celebrate right here, Mystic. I'm currently 229 from 363. My goal is 200. But honestly, it's more about the physique than the scale at this point. I like that. You might need to write that out unless you already have written that out. Like, hey, it's more about the physique than the scale. Mm, okay. Okay, here we go. You can carry that weight really well. Cause I'm like, what? Mystic is also very tall too. So, girl, I'm proud of you, Mystic. I mean, that's over 100 pounds. That is. Oh, I forgot to turn it off. My goddess, you have done really well, girl. That's what I'm talking about. You're so welcome. Yes. And you are important to us too, TJ. Aw. Yes. To the knees. Congratulations to everybody. Okay, starting in the fall. Okay, I just got to do one more time for Ellen. Yay. She's going to be so phenomenal. The psych world is blessed as a result of Ellen being there. She is so ethical too. That's another thing I love about her. She's just a good-hearted person. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm in awe, Mystic. I really am. I'm in awe. Mama, the mental apron is real. I will be so glad to get back to a regular fitness routine. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, and the fitness routines as we get older, I can't remember what our age difference is, Ellen. I think we're kinda close, but I think you might be a little bit behind me, so maybe you're a little bit more in the throes of it. Are you in menopause yet? That might be TMI. If you don't wanna answer, don't feel like you need to, but it's a whole new world over here. That's right. I love that. You are so amazing, queens. Just amazing and inspirational. Keita May, I'm celebrating the art of detachment. Okay. Not taking it personal. Keeping my cool. Keeping up with fasting. Not sleeping as much is something we've been talking about. Being a goddess. Getting back to my candles, being aware. Okay. Yes. The inner, um, yay. That inner world, when we make that progress in our inner world and landscape, it's like the best that you can do. I am so proud of you. You better go, Keita May. Yes, Saturn is our daddy. I just say, yes, sir. Girl. Saturn has been getting me together over here and celebrating you all. Yep, Daddy Saturn. One of my friends says Saturn is feminine to her because it's her tradition. And so it's like we got Daddy Saturn and we got Big Mama Saturn. Saturnia is what I call her when I'm speaking in the feminine. Yes, go Mystic Storm. Yes. I'm just beaming over here. Wow. Congratulations, sisters. Amazing. Yes, Mystic. Get it, hunty. You're so welcome. This is so exciting. I just love the full moon. I love the full moon. Oh yeah, Mystic. We need some workout tips and whatnot. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Keita May, because Keita May requested you to come in and share your experience with our group, especially since we're the two that are working on our health and well-being. So let me know if you're interested, Mystic Storm. You're so welcome. Okay. 130 pounds. That's freaking amazing. And that's 130 pounds living life. All right. She's not just at the gym. She's having to work and, take care of home. I think she's got at least one cat, right? This is this is amazing. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. And she teaches fitness classes here in this area too. Okay, 53. Okay. Yes. I thought you were younger than me, but now I know it's by 3 years. Oh, 53 in June. So you're 2 years behind me right now. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Yes. So much to celebrate. Congratulations, everyone. Yes, Jess. Thank you. Cheering you on, yes, Jess, because you are a homeschool mom. So I'm really proud of you. And I know that's a lot of work. And homeschool moms don't get the credit we deserve. Um, okay, awesome. Keita May, one more thing. I'm celebrating the gift of foresight because, baby. So I'm going to do for my hashtag replay queens. If y'all would, let's celebrate any hashtag replay queens who watch. You are not being left out. I am so proud of you. Please type in whatever you are celebrating so we can celebrate with you. We're celebrating you in advance. That was fun. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So much work, but so worth it. Yes. I don't know if I told y'all this, but I got invited to be the speaker at a homeschool graduation. So yes, as a fellow homeschool mom, I'm just so excited. I'm going to be the speaker at a high school homeschool graduation. I already got that speech together, baby, because guess what? It just dropped in my spirit. I was like, I already know what to say. I already know what to say. Okay, so let us, and if we go on and you want to share, feel free to do that. So I just want to give you a little bit about this moon and what it means. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the oracle. Oh, here we go. I want to share a little bit with you all. I don't know. Maybe I'll see something new today. I was going to share pics on Mighty Network, but last weekend I went to the gala in Denver for small businesses, and it was such a good community experience. I see you. I see you, TJ. Okay. That is so good. That is so, so good. So yeah, I hope that you made some good connections and something good comes out of that for you. Local community is everything right now, y'all. We need to be in that local community. Okay, so yeah, today is the full moon. It will be what time is this full moon tonight? I think the full moon it's like at 9 or 10, something like that. Um but yeah, it's later this evening, but we're in that energy now. Like if you were out and saw the full moon yesterday, then saw the moon last night. It's like, yeah, the full moon is here. 10:12 p.m. Eastern time. 10:12 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so as you can see, we got a lot going over here in Aries, and that moon is just over here by her lonesome little self in Libra. It's such a beautiful moon. The moon is going to be at 12 degrees of Libra. So if you know your chart and you have planets, I would say at least within 5 degrees on either side of that 12. So from, let's say, 12 minus 5, 7 to 17, I guess. of Libra, of Capricorn, of Aries, and of Cancer. This moon will be very impactful. So some of us will feel the moon. Oh, y'all, this is so amazing. Anywho, some of us will feel the moon, and then in a like we'll experience the moon, but we won't feel it as impactfully as people who are something in their chart is directly connected to this moon. And the reason I paused for a minute was I thought, oh my gosh, my Uranus is 7 of Libra. This is why I love doing this, because I'll look at my chart and I'll miss some stuff. I hadn't even thought about my chart in this moon, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's something I want y'all to know, that this moon you can really feel it if you're in one of those cardinal signs. So again, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. If you have something between 7 and 17 degrees of Libra, and to a certain degree, maybe just, I mean, this moon is right in the middle of Libra. So maybe you will feel it even if you have something in the earlier degrees. You might still be feeling this moon because it really can go out 10 degrees. I was being a little conservative with the 5 degrees. So Libra is all about relationships. That's one of the top things that we talk about with this moon. And so it could be bringing up topics around relationships for a lot of people. Now we have to remember, what is the full moon all about? It's going to reveal something to you, revelation. Number 2, culmination. Maybe you're completing something at this moon. And I love that part of the full moon. And you can use that as a goal. Like, okay, by the full moon in, let's see here, Pisces, in the early fall, late summer, I am going to be that's when I want to complete this thing. There are a lot of times when we will complete something at a full moon and it wasn't planned, but it just is like so amazing that we're finishing right at the full moon. I had a baby at the full moon. Sometimes we will see a lot of things culminate at the full moon. So pay attention to that. Maybe a relationship is ending of some sort. Now, y'all know when it comes to Libra, I like to talk about more than just interpersonal relationships, which is a big deal for Libra. And I think it's a big deal right now. I've talked to people so much about relationships here lately. So I am not minimizing how many people may really and truly be needing to get a word of wisdom, some insight on how to navigate a difficult relationship. But I also want us to think about our relationship. When we think about Libra, it's our relationship with regards to something else. You know, it's those of us who have been emotional eaters. We will often say, yeah, I need to work on my relationship with food. So I want you to be thinking that. I think a lot of us need to be working on our relationship with technology. I have had so many video ideas that I've wanted to put out, but I'm going to put a little bit out right now. And that is the book, Stolen Focus. I'm going to say this one more time. Write it down, my sistars. Stolen Focus. I'll get the title. I mean the author. To learn from this book just how much our relationship with social media, in particular, I'm going to even say YouTube, because of the algorithm, how much is manipulated by these companies for them to create a profile on us so that they can sell to us. I think about my relationship with Google. It is so enmeshed and embedded that it's like when I want to just leave Google, I can't just leave Google. I have to have a plan. It's like, how do I get all my stuff off of Google? Because we need to really be thinking about our relationship with all of this tech. We need to think about our relationship with AI. And I'm an early adopter. I am very techie. and I can be an early adopter, but let me tell you, when I can see the problems in myself, I will pump the brakes in a heartbeat. And so that's something that we can be thinking about. What is our relationship with tech in general? Because our focus is stolen. The algorithms are determining to a certain degree how we think and what we're focused on. And we need to take back our power. So much so that this young woman, I'm sure y'all have already heard of this story. There's a young, I think she's 20, who sued YouTube and Facebook Meta, or YouTube Google and Facebook Meta, because she said they intentionally do things to make people addicted. $6 million. One person has been awarded for how these tech companies have been doing all this manipulative stuff for the sake of capitalism. So, but maybe it's something else, your relationship to something that, it's like you need to pay attention to. What is this? What's going on with your relationship to fill in the blank for you? Because it'll be different for each person, right? But I'm just putting that out there. So, relationships is a big topic that we all may find ourselves focused on. And Libra also has to do with contracts and agreements, legal affairs. So these are all topics that could be coming up. Now, the other thing that I want to make sure, because I mentioned revelation, I mentioned culmination, but I also want to bring up that celebration. So maybe you're celebrating something about your relationship with someone else, another human, or your relationship with, an entity or a situation, right? So, like for me, maybe I'm celebrating the fact that I don't go on social media. I've even gotten to a point where I don't think about it. I used to be like, well, I'm kind of bored right now. I'm going to log in. And now it's like weird some days when I think, wow, I really have gotten to a point where I don't think about social media a lot. I don't, it's that dopamine hit. Me, a friend and I were talking about this, how we are doing things to get that dopamine hit, and that the social media is all about giving us that dopamine hit. But it's like, no, I'm going to find a dopamine hit some other place. Okay. So what are you celebrating? So I want you to keep all of that in the background as I talk about everything. Okay. So could be something with a legal affair, um, or contract or agreement. And I want you to be thinking, is there something like me and Keita May within the spring glow up? We created contracts essentially. We made an agreement as to like, this is what I'm going to do. And we shared it out loud. This is what we're doing. Right. So, something about a contract or agreement, and maybe it's going to be revealed to you what it is that you need to do. Okay. Or maybe you've been looking for that contract and that agreement, and it hasn't come through. I know a lot of people have businesses, and they're looking for contracts so that they can, provide a service, or they're going to get some type of contractual agreement. It'd be cool if some people were getting married. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be fun. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to That moon yesterday threw all the stadium lights on relationships out of balance. Have been overgiving. See, that's a good one. Out of balance. That might be something, because that's what Libra's about, that you're focused on in your relationship. What's out of balance? Something is not balanced here. Have been overgiving to my sweet parents. Need to take more time out per weekend moving forward. Love that. So did you write that one down? Did you write that one down, priestess? Keita May, ended a relationship with someone I thought would be in my life forever. I was just talking to somebody about that too. Someone else is having the exact same experience that you just said here. So it's this Libra energy is being highlighted greatly and significantly. But just like with astrology, there's always these cycles that we'll be in, and it's hard and sad, but once we can see that we're at that phase in the cycle, then it's just kind of like, yeah, we got to let it go. TJ, I was born on a waning full moon in Gemini. Wowzers. Wowzers. Full moon in Gemini, huh? Well, this will feel good to you. I don't know what that degree of your moon is, but um yeah, this should feel good because we have all those planets in Aries and Libra, and that matches Gemini and Sagittarius. So that's awesome. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So also within this moon is on the 12th degree of blah 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 blah. I got my little things messed up. I just want to get closer to that 12th degree. Let's see here. So it's on the 12th degree, and when we're using degree theory, then it is also Aquarius is in there. That's what I was trying to say. Aquarius is in the moon. And so, whoo, man, I mean, today could be, or yesterday, today, and the next day. Like yesterday for me was very social. Oh my gosh. I was just talking to people quite a bit. So it could be very social because Libra is a social sign, Aquarius is a social sign. And it could also be a lot of mental energy happening. So make sure you keep yourself grounded. Uh Also a lot of thinking, and it's like logical thinking. The one, let me see here. Maybe it's going to be the water signs. The water signs may be emotional with this moon, but in general, this can make us be very mental and thinking. You may want to be learning something because that's what air energy brings. It's social, it's airy, it's up here. A lot of times people just like stuck in the head, with this kind of energy. But some great ideas can come to you through this moon. So I love that. Some really good ideas. Because that's what Aquarius is download. So that's something I want you to open yourself to receiving a download. What else? Plus, we have Pluto in Aquarius. Literally, we do have a planet in Aquarius. We have Pluto there. And Pluto and Saturn, they're interacting today. We have Pluto interacting with Saturn. And so those two interacting together, they will bring the energy, say, for instance, of planning and strategy. So maybe that's something that will come to you, a plan, a strategy. Um, Pluto is transformation, Saturn is karma. So it may be something transformative happening and it feels karmic. I also kind of feel like whenever we're talking about karma, it's like maybe something will happen and you can burn off some bad karma, or maybe you'll find you're cashing in on some good karma because this is a positive connection between these two planets, Pluto and Saturn. And the reason I'm talking about them, even though they're not fully a part of the moon, like they're not interacting with the moon, well, I guess in a way they are because they're pretty close in degree. But anywho, it's what we call a wide orb, a wide continuum, but it's still happening at the time of the full moon. These planets are interacting with one another. Okay, so that's something else. Let me see. I have some notes. Oh, Pluto brings power also. So the thing about this full moon is we're looking at what is the message in this for us. And we're going to carry the wisdom of this moon forward. So there may be some energy around standing in your power. And where are you standing in your power? Well, you're going to be standing in your power within the community, within the collective. Libra is one-to-one relationships, and Aquarius is the collective. But it's also like your vibe tribe, your collective, maybe finding your power because you're going to be standing with people who are thinking like you, and they're like your thought partners. We could say it that way. Okay, I think that's all that I have for Saturn and Pluto. So, what I want y'all to be thinking about, I need to circle back a little bit with the balance piece, is looking at your relationship with other people. Also, are there any compromises? Because Libra is all about making a compromise. So, are there any compromises that need to happen? And then Venus. I want to talk about Venus. Why am I talking about Venus? Well, she rules this moon. Venus is the planet that rules Libra. And whatever's going on with the ruler of the moon, it kind of helps you to understand how this moon is going to play out. So Venus is in Taurus. She just moved there yesterday. I love Venus in Taurus. My moon is in Taurus. I'm super happy about that. Um, and Taurus is a great sign for manifesting. So let me just put a pause on it because I need to tell y'all something. I talked about these cardinal signs. So Libra is cardinal. Cardinal is all about a new beginning, getting things up, moving. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to get things started. All right. So there's maybe some new beginning is going to be revealed to you, or some new path that you need to take with this moon. And so with Venus being down here in this house that has to do with Taurus, I just think that there's something, first of all, it could be something manifesting full on at this moon. But I just think that she's going to help kick off some new cycle of making money, some new cycle of manifesting, a new idea, a path forward on how to make something come forth, as whatever it is that you're working on manifesting. Also, Venus and Taurus have to do with money. So maybe this moon is going to bring some money to you, or it will be revealed to you some new path forward on making money. All right. I like this moon. It's a little stressful. Don't get me wrong. Cause that's a lot of planets in Aries right now. That's quite a few, and it's heavy hitters. Neptune and Saturn, those are heavy hitters. We also have Chiron there. It's a lot going on in Aries, which can make this moon intense, to be quite frank with you. But one thing about Libra and Aries, and I'm going to tell y'all this because people try to make Libra sound so wishy-washy. Those Libras are going to get the job done. Libras will get that job done. But we want things to be decent and in order. We're not going to be messy. One thing that I can tell you is Libra likes to refine things. So, Aries, maybe you've just been barreling ahead and it's like, hey, pause, because Aquarius wants you to test. All right. Libra refine, Aquarius test. So it's like, hey, what needs to be refined and tested? And that can apply to any area of your life, especially if you're wanting to make improvements in that area. Okay. So refine things. You're going to have to get things done. Now, Saturn also being a part of this, Aquarius being a part of this. Hey, you have to be patient, because Aquarius doesn't have leaps all the time. Aquarius just kind of like walks along and walks and walks and walks. And then all of a sudden, there's a great leap. It's like this elevation that happens. But it only happens if you have already been doing the work that's going to take you up there. A lot of times people talk about, you're seeing my success today, but you didn't see everything that it took for me to get here. A lot of successful people say this. They're like, you're seeing me on my best day. But the 10 years prior to this moment that you are witnessing, where I'm just like this rising, shining star, you missed all 10 years of that. And you've got to know the story of how hard I worked or how diligent or how committed. Another word that I'm finding people like is devoted, how devoted I was. And then it was the Kairos moment. And it was just, I was I had been committed and the energy opened up. And then the next thing we know, whew, you're elevated. So that's what I want y'all to really keep in mind, that a huge part of this moon is about really looking at what's coming up for you and what it is that you're going to have to do in order to move forward and make this thing happen with patience, with devotion, with discipline, with a plan. And you need to test things and you need to refine. One of the things that we can do to get out of this fast food microwave, and I'm not talking about the food in the microwave, I'm just saying this fast, just serve it up fast type of culture, is to really enjoy the process of, I have to test and then I have to refine it. I have to test it and then refine. I have to stay diligent and committed. And I'm talking to myself right now. Oh, there's Fallon. Hi, Fallon. How are you, Queen? Glad to see you here. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I didn't take down the what are you celebrating? That's my baby sis. Okay. So let's see here. Is there anything else? Y'all, I'm going to go through the signs in my email. I worked on my email yesterday, but I need to get it scheduled today. So you'll get through the signs in the email. Look for through the signs in the email because it just takes a lot of energy to go through those signs. So I've already been talking a lot today. Now, I wanted to talk. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I know I had come on here to talk about Ogunda, but I'm going to save that for the Aries moon. Should I talk about Ogunda? Okay, I'm just going to stick with my plan because I had a plan. I'm going to talk about Odu Ogunda because I want to give y'all a little bit of inner wisdom. So Ogunda is from the Ifa tradition and it's a wisdom text. And so it's the energy of Mars. If I'm being honest, Ogunda is the same energy as Mars, Aries, Herakahuti. It's this warrior energy. And yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, so things to remember about Ogunda. One of my favorite things about Ogunda is it talks about focusing on home, because whatever takes you away from home and family takes you away from your destiny. I need to see some real quick. I need to see what is Jupiter doing. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second, y'all. I need to bring this back up. I totally left out Jupiter. Jupiter is absolute. When I said home and family, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me look at Jupiter. So Jupiter is a part of this moon. It's on and popping. It's spicy up in here. This is spicy. Because Jupiter is at 15 of Cancer, which is one of those cardinal signs. And so with Jupiter being a part of this moon, there absolutely is some wisdom that is going to be coming. Maybe there's a message from the ancestors. Maybe there's something you can learn from the ancestors, or quite literally, you'll hear the ancestors speaking. But there's something that wants you to grow in this moon. It's about growth, but it's growing from the inside out. Also, it's something about your intuition and following your intuition. And maybe you're going to have more sight at this moon and really be able to see things. And we talked about being in balance or out of balance earlier. So some of this is about maybe being able to see where you're in balance, where you're out of balance, and how can you bring yourself to a place where you're more centered. Okay. So wow, this moon is spicy. I think that we might even see something manifest, or it's a big revelation, or an ending will happen within the next 3 days. Maybe not for everybody, but it's possible it'll happen in about 3 days, okay? All right. So, I was talking about Ogunda. Yes, whatever takes you from home and family takes you away from your destiny. And I always like to say, what is home? What is family? It's whatever you're responsible for. So, for instance, I'm responsible for coming on here live on Wednesdays. And anything that I allow that is not outside my realm. Like last week, I didn't come because I had to teach 2 classes, 2 dance classes that day. And I was like, I got to conserve my energy at all costs. That's not what I'm talking about. That was connected to my job at the nonprofit. But if I'm just not coming on here and, I'm just skipping my responsibility of coming live, that's taking me away from my destiny. Or, it could literally be I'm not focused on home and family. Quite literally, it could be like, no, I really need to be spending more time with home and family. But it's like, what is it that you need to be focused on? Jupiter is in that house of self care. So, what are you doing? Are you focused on your self care? Are you focused on taking care of yourself with all that energy in Aries? Anything that takes you away from home and family, your body is home. So, is anything taking you away from caring from that? That's taking you away from your destiny. Maybe, you have something that you're responsible for on your job and you have been distracted. Maybe a lot of times I kind of find that people, instead of focusing on what they're supposed to do, they're busy helping everybody else. And that's Libra. Libra wants to help everybody. It wants to support everybody. But the question is like, because that's what we think about with this moon. The full moon is an opposition. It's kind of like I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at myself in relationship to other people. And I need to make sure things are in balance. It is not better to give than to receive. Libra would say, you got to do both. You have to do both. Because if you are out of balance, it is very difficult to really show up and be in alignment with your destiny. Okay. That's one of my favorite, um, that's my favorite wisdom from Ogunda. I'm just gonna stop with that. I'm gonna stop with that. I think what I'm gonna do. Oh no, I'm gonna go on ahead and do this really quickly. Again, I came on here thinking I was gonna talk about. I hope I haven't been talking too loud. My ears just unplugged. I'm like, oh, have I been yelling? So sorry, but I know we have volume controls on here. I came on here thinking I was talking about Aries, but I'm just going to stay the course. So we've talked about Ogunda, the warrior. One other thing that I want to tell you about Ogunda is the energy of protection. It matches Ogun. So I just want you to always be circling yourself in this protective energy. Lastly, I'll say you want to be brave and courageous. It's very important right now. Be brave, be courageous, and to be sure to get support where you need it. Do you need support of some sort? Get that support. Okay, so I pulled up Pele. I didn't pull her. I just heard talk about Pele today. So I don't know who needs Pele. You can see from this oracle deck, she is the purifier. She is the energy of fire. So maybe Libras are feeling a little bit spicy today. I don't know. Ellen, any other Libras out there? Y'all feeling spicy right now? So I'm gonna say this Pele. I guess you could say sort of invocation. He Pele mai kai kiki. He ola mau. Kai kina o ke akua. Iho mai. Iho mai. Pele comes from a distant place and is eternal and everlasting. The gods have a higher version. We ask that it be transferred to us. And so, with that, I'm just assuming we needed this fire for this moon. So, Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of fire who lives on earth, the original divine spark of creation. She is eternal life and creation. the goddess of volcanoes. Pele's unquenchable fire is the purifying force that provides the balance to desecration that humans are responsible for on Earth. So there's something right there. She provides the balance to the desecration that humans are responsible for on Earth. She is righteous anger and demands respect for life and planet. Pele is the mother of the most powerful elemental forces. Through her fierce and unpredictable Mars fire, she lets that which is unknown become known. Now, let me tell you something. That's something that could happen at this moon. Revelation. Remember, Pele brings the ultimate purification by fire of destruction and reclamation. She brings the transmutation of old form into new. Her fierce power is feared because it cannot be controlled by human beings. Pele is the transformative change that leads to healing and reintegration into wholeness. She is the primal force. And when she appears, expect the unexpected. Now, let me just pause really quickly on that one because, like I said, at 12 degrees of Libra, embedded in that degree is Libra, and it's Aquarius, Aquarius. All right. It's a double Aquarius energy. There is unexpected events that can happen. We have Pluto interacting with Saturn, Pluto in Aquarius, which is the unexpected, Saturn and Mars, which is like, hey, let's go. Like I act before I think. That is Aries. Okay. So I think that we can have something unexpected that we may see. I have to be honest with you all. This may happen in your life, but more than likely, the unexpected thing that we will see will be in the collective, it will be in society. Okay. And I mean, y'all are going to say, no, duh, Tyra, but it will be probably in the media because that is Aquarius. Okay. So expect the unexpected, but I want y'all to expect something positive to happen. If something that's not favorable happens, at least you know, hey, something unexpected was possible. But I want you to expect something that is favorable. All right. When Pele appears, expect the unexpected. Her purifying fire often destroys well laid plans and established comfortable form that no longer serves you. She brings the supreme opportunity to align with spirit and come away from attachment to the physical world in the past. And I will say, Aquarius is detachment. So maybe there's something that where we need to be detached. We need to be more detached in our relationships. We need to be more detached. Let's see here. Maybe from our thoughts. Because Libra is this energy where, oh my goodness, it's so many thoughts in the head. Aquarius is the same way. So is Gemini. It's just so many thoughts. So detachment is important. She brings, let's see here, through her dismembering influences and rude awakenings, you are regenerated right down to your cells. Wow. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna, before I say anything else, let's see what we're doing. I was hopping mad yesterday, which is very rare for me. Okay, I'm feeling normal then, because I've been trying to figure out why did I come on here to talk about Aries when I know it's the Libra moon. Yes, sacred fire. I get angry in the face of unfairness. There we go. That is Libra. Libra wants justice. It wants things to be fair. Aquarius wants things to be equitable. And so maybe that's something else that you're looking at. Is this fair? Is this equitable? And you're looking at it in your own personal life. Maybe you're thinking about somebody who's how they're treating you, but maybe you need to be thinking also about, are you being fair and equitable to other people? Because we always want to do what Odu Agbe says. Agbe says, take that time to look at yourself. You want to do regular self-analysis. You want to do regular self-assessment. How do we say in this modern world? Be self-aware. And let me tell you, Libra, let's connect this to Oshun, the goddess Oshun. The goddess Oshun is the mirror. Other people are our mirrors. The majority of time, we find that people will be projecting onto other people their own stuff. And so we always want to make sure that we're not projecting onto other people, that we can see that that person is standing before us, and maybe there's something that we can take away from this interaction with this person. Um, yeah, I need to be less in my parents' lives, more downtime for me. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I agree. The balance piece for this is so very important. All right. What I was pausing a minute ago to talk about is here this week I started, or these last few days, I started really thinking about Ho'oponopono again and just listening to some of my audios about Ho'oponopono. And Dr. Hu Lin, who a lot of us got exposed to this through, um, talks about how he was able to heal the people in this hospital. This is the story. I wasn't there. I don't have any proof. But the story goes he started working at a mental health hospital in Hawaii, one of the worst. And, had a lot of people did not stay working there. It was very dangerous. The people who were there were not getting better. And he did Ho'oponopono, but he never saw any of the people there. He just would go look at their records and go through this process that he was taught by a lady named Morna out of Hawaii. And what he did was said, well, if this person shows up, then there's something in me that allowed this person to show up in the way that they did. And you don't necessarily do Ho'oponopono to change anything. You do it to clear. But absolutely, everything that we see in the world is here to teach us something about ourselves. And it's an opportunity to clear, cleanse, purify, just like what Pele is talking about. And that's one of the things I think, for me, that's one of the things that I'm doing. I'm looking at the world and just what I'm seeing in the world and all the people who show up in my life with everything that's going on. And I just say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I just know there is an interconnectedness that we can't get away from, even when it comes to the people who we feel like we literally cannot stand. And I just feel like the more we work on ourselves, this is Ho'oponopono, the more we work on ourselves and work to clear what is within us, honestly, what does it do? It helps to clear us so that we can actually hear what is spirit here to tell us? What is the Libra moon here to tell us? Lead us, guide us, direct us. Okay. We are aligned. Kita May started doing Ho'oponopono again yesterday. Wow. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to get back to it. And I'm so happy I did. It feels so good. Okay, I'm gonna do one more reading. And it'll come from the Moon Magic deck. So y'all be sure to look at the email that I send out after this. Y'all, there's inside of that email, there's gonna be the ultimate life hack bundle that I'm a part of. And you'll be able to get one of my courses for free. It's actually something I made up for 20 or just created for 2026. But I just want to alert y'all, please open up my emails. Even if you can't read the email right away, open my email, please. If you're not on my email list, you can join it. Just go to my website. The link is in the description box. And the reason I'm saying that is when I tell y'all surveillance capitalism is everywhere, we used to just be able to send emails and you could see how many people opened your email and how many people didn't. But now they control whether or not you're going to see my email. Because number one, if you don't open it, it's going to go to spam. Number two, if you don't open it, they say people not interested. It's like social media, even in email world. We're looked at just like social media. Oh, you don't have a lot of people opening your emails. We're not going to prioritize them. We're going to make other people's emails more prominent than yours. So the more you interact with people who you really love and care about and believe in their work, or you want to buy their stuff or whatever, open their emails, even if you can't read it right in that moment. It's just so ridiculous. I just have, in a way, given up. I don't care anymore. I'm going to send my emails, and I just say a prayer, please. Everyone who opens the email, may they be blessed by it. That's how I'm dealing with it. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, hold on, y'all. I need to pause for a minute. You started Ho'oponopono again too? This is really, really interesting. I'm just have to sit with it. Other than we're all connected, I'm like, this is really interesting that we're all getting back to it. Okay. So this is a reading from the Moon Magic deck. It is the Unicorn Moon. Isn't that cute? The Unicorn Moon. I love unicorns. I love unicorn. I love that. What moon did they say this is? Let's see here. There's another name for this moon. I'm like, I can only keep up with so much. Let's see here. Lunation charts. Let me see. Did somebody put it there? Okay. This sisterhood is real. You're right. You're right, Barbara. Where is it? Why does this look like this? March. Okay. Egg moon. This is the egg moon. That's interesting because isn't this Easter weekend? That's really interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Or as my husband would say, I want to be respectful. Resurrection Sunday. I'm respectful, y'all. I'm respectful. Okay, so unicorn moon. I love this. Okay. It has to do with hope. These are keywords: hope, calm, and manifestation. The fabled unicorn has been a symbol of the moon since the Middle Ages. And together with his companion rival, the lion rampant. I don't see a lion on there, but maybe there's another card called that. He ensures that night always follows day, which is brought in by the lion. Makes sense. The moon is governed by Leo. The sun is governed by Leo. This card represents the calm, quiet magic of the night when all is still and enchanted. Dreams travel through the air on moonbeams. The unicorn moon comes to let you know that all things are possible if only you believe in them enough. The unicorn's magic is a form of soft power, introverted and hidden from sight. When this card comes up, you're being asked to take a gentle approach, to use simple magic such as meditation, crystals, written petitions, and psychic dreaming to manifest your desires. This card does not suggest that a big bang of manifestation will occur, but a softer revelation of your heart's desire. So that's something we can open ourselves up. Revelation of your heart's desire. Blink and you will miss it. So approach your goal with careful, considered steps as you would approach the magical unicorn. Sisters, have faith in your own power and believe in yourself and your ability to craft a life you love. I love that. I love that. So yeah, there's a softness. Like I said, we have Mars in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces, North Node in Pisces, Jupiter. Ooh, I keep seeing stuff, y'all. Yesterday, I think I was tired when I was putting all this together. And when I was putting together the reading yesterday, I just kept feeling like something is off. But for whatever reason, my brain just didn't do what I always do because I just noticed Jupiter and Mercury are trying. They're trying. Both of them in water signs. And that brings that softness that this unicorn moon is speaking about. And this is why I love doing oracle readings and looking at the astrology because they help me to make sure I cover all bases. So we have um, Mars in Pisces. So that's going to bring that softer energy. Um, we have Jupiter trine Mercury. Now, this is the second time that they have met because Mercury was retrograde. So it's meeting Jupiter again. And it can bring back a blessing because it's a trine. Trine is a blessing, opportunity, ease, flow, abundance. So there's more, more about abundance and that kind of thing is still um, a focus. I talked about Venus being in Taurus is going to help to boost being abundant and manifesting with this moon. And Mercury is the mind and is speaking and those kinds of things. So this is that softer energy that is also imprinted into this moon. Are they interacting? Well, Jupiter is interacting with that moon. Mercury in Pisces is not. But it still is going to help to imprint. Jupiter interacting with Mercury is imprinted within this moon, bringing that unicorn softness. But again, you have to be open and receptive. We have to remember, yes, giving is a beautiful thing, but you also have to be receptive, especially if we're talking about being in this manifestation world. If you're not open to receive that which is for you, then it's hard to get it, and sometimes we have to do that subconscious work. Like you want it, but something is blocking you subconsciously. And so it's just important to, make sure that you have your whole being on board. Your whole being is congruent with receiving the thing that you desire to receive. But I just believe that there's some inner healing that is happening. The other thing that I want to just re-emphasize is this detachment piece. This is the hardest part of manifestation, I think, for most people is how do you just kind of be like, okay, this is what I desire, but I'm not attached to whether or not I get it or not. Because it's like we're open to receive that thing that we want, but by the same token, it's kind of like, are you like, oh, I really want that thing, and it's like open to possibility, and it's like it just ease and flow, and letting the universe co-create with you. That's the other part that I think a lot of us struggle with. It's like we come from this culture that says do, go, 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 always work. You gotta grind. And yes, I talked about the importance of discipline and plan and strategy and devotion, commitment. We just have to find, as Libra would tell us, that right balance. But to think that you're actually going to get everything that you want because you are taking action, that is a recipe for being burnt out. It's a recipe for being like, well, why didn't I manifest it? Well, it's because we co-create with the universe. And we have to allow the universe to show us, like, okay, what is the path that we're going to take in order to manifest this? And sometimes it's just about I showed up at the right place in the right moment. Sometimes it's about I just got this plan. I see exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not making this plan up. Like spirit literally gave me this plan and I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to do it. And we do it with detachment. I can imagine And Mystic, if you're still here, I would love to hear your thoughts. I can imagine that at some point, Mystic had no question about whether or not she was going to lose that 130 pounds that she lost or has lost thus far. There was probably one point where it was kind of like, oh, this is so hard, but I want to lose the weight so much. And then there was this point, you know what? That word calm. There was a point where she just got calm and she heard, this is what you need to do. And if you go look at her social, platform, especially Instagram, you will see when Mystic started making these posts where she's showing she's in there working out and she's showing her body. And then you just start seeing same gym, it's working out, and you can see the body is slimmer. And then you see her in another one, the body is slimmer. And another one, body slimmer, right? She just got into this calm place, received the plan, and then she had to do something with devotion, but still detachment. Oh, it's got to be this much weight. See, that's where I've been really struggling. It's like, nope, detach. Yes, I weigh myself every day, but it's really to help me to understand it. What I did yesterday, like what worked and what didn't work. That's why I get on the scale. The number, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Once I get back down to 175, I'm coming on here and tell everybody I'm back at 175. Once I get down to 170, straight up party. All right, everybody's invited. It's been so long since I weighed 170. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I get back down there. But anywho, Ellen, I would love to hear from you. 3 years working to find the right program to get into. There had to have been a moment where it's just like, you know what? As long as it takes. Not sure why this thing isn't just working out. Like I had seen it in my mind. Doesn't matter. I am a doctoral level psychologist. Psychology, I have a PhD in psychology. That's what period, full stop. And I'm sure there was a calmness where it's just like, you know what? I know I applied, didn't work out. Maybe even entered into a program, didn't work out, whatever the case is. But I'm sure there was at some point just this calmness, no attachment. I'm just waiting for the universe to show me, the great mother, whatever you want to call this energy, the great spirit, to show me what it is that I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to do it step by step by step by step. So I would love to hear from y'all. Oh, there's Bliss. Hey, Bliss. How are you? It's good to see you. Okay. Bliss is in on the morning meditation too. Wow. Very interesting. So, Ellen, if you're still here, Mystic, if y'all are still here, these are the things I want y'all to be thinking about when it comes to manifestation. I think that's what I have for everybody today. I think that's what I have for you all. Thank you all so much for being here. This has been amazing. I want y'all to have a beautiful full moon. Stay open to all of the revelations that are here for you, that are to come to you, and to open yourself to receive a blessing. Some people, it's like, hey, I need more rest. That's how I need to bring my life into balance. I need to stop moving, shaking, candlestick making so much. And I need to lay down and go to sleep. Whatever that is for you, what's out of balance that you can bring into balance. And like I said, lots and lots of talk about relationships. Okay, I'm gonna write down Barbara. Send Barbara right, Mo Dupuy. Barbara Mystic. Because when I see y'all's names, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. I need to reach out to them. Okay, hold on one second. Here's Mystic. Yes, indeed. Switching to devotion versus just discipline has helped me stay or be more calm, consistent, and give myself grace through the process. It's helped so much. I've applied it to all aspects of my life. Now that felt so good to read. Omo Yemoja. That's Yemoja right there. So yeah, devotion and discipline. I'm beginning to realize people need that word devotion. It feels softer for a lot of people. I connect it to Yemoja, maybe even the energy of Cancer and astrology. Discipline is still Capricorn, which is a feminine sign. So yeah, discipline is so Saturnian. It feels like, here's the plan, stick with it. Whereas devotion is like, there's a higher principle here, and it's so loving and caring. And, I got to have the discipline in order to carry out this devotion, however you want to look at it. So yeah, I love that. It really does take just kind of, we're going to say discipline, devotion, and detachment. I say all of it is needed. Discipline, because the devotion, this is how I see it. The devotion leads to discipline. Okay. And it's just important for us to be detached. Discipline, devotion, discipline, detachment. That's how the order I'm going to put the 3 Ds of manifestation, of feminine manifestation. All right, goddesses, let's see here. What song do I want to play for you all? Y'all know I've been making songs. I hope I can find this really quickly. Oh, this is what I want us to do really, really quickly. Oh, there it is. I want you all to stitch out, what is your name and what are you taking from our circle? What is your name and what are you taking from our circle? I would love to hear that. If anyone else has a story about devotion, discipline, detachment, manifestation, I would love to hear from you. Did y'all see the podcast that I put out with Alejandro? He went through the ABCs of manifestation in there. So be sure to check that out. Oh, here it is. I guess I'm going to play the Oya song because she is, no, the Oshun song, because she's connected to this. Copy shareable link. Paste and go. Okay. Let's see here. Thank you. Okay. Keita May knows we have an agreement. Don't let me forget some stuff. Microsoft Edge. Let me get rid of this one. Okay. So I don't know which one is which. You're going to see something flash up and then I'll take it away. That's where I put my music until I put it out. Okay. We're going to turn on, I think I'm going to do this one. I have a wonderful full moon. What are you stitching out with? I'm Tyra and I'm stitching out with so much love and sisterhood. I came on here ready. Shango. I mean,
bless us with your sweetness. Bless us with your power. We honor you. My faithfulness. God is such sweet waters. My faithfulness. God is of abundance. God is of love. We all love you, Ocean.
This one is on my website. Ooh, yes.
All praise to worship.
Can y'all hear it? hear the music?
My father full no shoe. God is so sweet water. My father full no shoe.
Barbara Ohunini for Stitching Out with Connection and Sisterhood.
God is of love.
Are you almost Ocean? Barbara? Keita May, Stitching Out with Grounding and Gratitude. Can y'all hear the music? Come on, let me know. My name is TJ. I'm stitching out with community and stability. I hope that I'm not singing without this music. I'm Storm Olakemi, and I'm stitching out with the 3Ds of manifestation. Yay! I love it. 3Ds of manifestation. He did that. You seem so Ocean. Can y'all hear the music? I pray that y'all can hear this music.
Praise to the mother of mystery. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who has a cold
Keita May, are you here? The music playing?
Oh, the beautiful lady.
I want y'all to have a beautiful full moon.
Oh, the wise one.
Good, thank you.
Beautiful ocean. Help us know our worth within and without. My fair food no show. We honor you.
Thank y'all for letting me know. I love this song so much. Love y'all. Happy full moon. Thank you so much for being here. I love y'all. Love you.